inspiration, motivation, and encouragement is brewing. Welcome to the Tea Time with Tan podcast, where you experience innovative solutions and creative ideas designed for your colossal dream success. Let's sit. Here's your host, Tan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tea Time with Tan podcast show. I'm your host, Tan Tate, and I'm coming to you from a little sweet spot in the great state of Texas, right outside of Houston. I'm in Channelview, so if you're ever in the area, hey, look me up. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome our first-time viewers. Hello, and hello to the country of Chile. You know, depending on how you would enunciate or pronunciate it. Hello, Chile. Thank you so much for the listeners that are there listening to Tea Time with Tan. Thank you for sipping tea with us. And to our repeat listeners, welcome back. Thank you for pulling up, sipping tea with your girl, Tan Tate. I appreciate you. This show is about inspiration, motivation, and encouragement. It's about providing you with life skill, tips, resources to help you live your best life now. Listen, when you transition to heaven, or however you believe, here we believe in heaven, we just want you to go with your soul. Everything that God put inside of you that was supposed to be used here on earth, we want you to leave it behind. So we inspire, we encourage, and we motivate you to do exactly that. So thank you. Now here at Tea Time with Tan, we always begin with a get it together moment. That's where we take about 60 seconds to clear your mind, clear your thoughts, clear your space so that you can receive the tea that is being served. See, tea is supposed to be refreshing. It's supposed to be calming. It's supposed to help you get into that good space where you can, y'all heard that? Just breathe in and breathe out. So go ahead, take 60 seconds to get it together. Clear your mind, clear your thoughts. Make sure you got your pen, your paper, your pen, whatever you need to make your tea refreshing for you. And while y'all do that, y'all know I normally jam my theme song. Shout out to my brother Tall Cole. Hey. And while you're getting it together, I just want to take this opportunity to say, if you haven't connected with me on social media, please do so. Let's connect and stay together on Facebook, Tea Time with Tan. On the IG, Instagram, the Tea Time with Tan podcast show. On Twitter and Snapchat, it's Anointed #2 Speak. That's Anointed to Speak. That's my handle. So connect with me so we can stay together. By doing so, you get to receive additional information, tips, resources, inspiration, motivation, encouragement, all for better living, to live your best life. We got about a few more seconds. All right. So thank you. We're going to get right into this week's episode. And this is the month of May. And here we're discussing inspiration all month long. Now, the first episode regarding this, we talked about inspiration, the who. So if you haven't had a chance to check out that episode, go back, listen, discover the who in inspiration. Today, we're going to talk about the what in an inspiration. Because we're talking about the who, the what, and the why of inspiration. So this episode, we're talking about the what in inspiration. And so you may be asking you, what is the what in inspiration? Well, I want you to know the what is your action. When you are inspired, what is it that you do? What action comes out of your inspiration? That's right. Let's take a moment and think about that. I want you to think about the last time you were inspired to do something. What did it cause you to do? What was the action? What was the end result? Can you remember? Remember, inspiration means being positive. When was the last time you did something positive? I know I'm taking a moment because I want you to really think about inspiration. Did you have a burst of energy to get up earlier, to go walking, to go exercising? When you were inspired, what was the action that came out of that inspiration? If you're not being moved towards your goals, your passion, your purpose, then you're missing the benefits of inspiration. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes life gets in the way. And sometimes the truth of the matter is we simply are not inspired. So I want to talk to you about sources that sort of awaken your inspiration. If you're not connected to any positive social media groups, get connected to some positive social media groups. I happen to have one. It's called The Tea. What type of books are you reading? Magazines? What type of movies are you going to see? What type of people are you connected to? Do you enjoy nature? Music can be inspiring. Photography can be inspiring. Your family can be inspiring. You can be inspiring. You can look in the mirror, have a mirror conversation with yourself, and remind yourself of all the great things that you are. Listen, I'm not talking about what you may see at that moment. I'm not talking about if you don't see your gray hairs as being positive, if you don't see that mole as something as being positive, your pimples or whatever. I'm not talking about those superficial things on the surface. I want you to go deep, look deep into who you are, how you survived that last storm, how you were the first generation college graduate, how you've been committed on your job for the past 5-10 years, how you stuck with your eating plan, how you're exercising. See, sometimes we tend to see things that we necessarily shouldn't see, and we forget about the things that we should see. You may see that individual who caused you to have some road rage this morning. Or you may see that manager that you have that really don't have good people skills. But today I'm encouraging you to be inspired by every obstacle that you've ever overcame. How when society may have thrown you away, you stayed in the game. Even if you're not where you thought you would be at this moment, the fact that you're moving in the right direction, let that be inspiration for you. Now I want to provide you with some tips on how to stay inspired so you can keep the right action, the right momentum going. Number 1, associate with people who are creative and inspiring. If you're have identified yourself as someone who's not as creative, make sure you link up with someone who is creative. Read about different and various topics to expand your knowledge. Whatever your brand is, whatever you are branding, whatever the products of your brand is, connect with people who have excelled in that area. Read about different techniques, different resources, so that you can add more to your personal brand, to who you are. And sometimes we need to do things differently. Get out of the routine. If you travel the same way to work every day, find a different route. Expose yourself to different sceneries. Eat different foods. Go to different restaurants. Read different books or visit different places. These are all ways to awaken your inspiration. Some things we know we have, but we never have tapped into because we haven't tried anything differently. And then finally, take action. Instead of staying passive, make sure you're taking action. Take action. Remember, the what of inspiration is action. Now here's your closing motivational thought. When you're inspired, don't just enjoy the feeling and the flow of different ideas. Use them to take action, to do things. Let that energy and that zest awaken in you, move you, and make you act. Create and make changes and improve your life with the energy that comes from inspiration. Remember, all days are good and some are just better. I want you to know it's pleasant to be inspired, but you need to do something when you're feeling this way. Thank you for sipping tea with your girl, Tan Tate. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please remember to like and share this episode when you hear it. Be inspiration for someone else. Cause inspiration in someone else. So the next time you think about inspiration, think of the what, and that should take you to action. What are you doing when you are inspired? Until the next time, take care.